What is up, ladies and germs? It's your boy Oliver. Guess what, guys? I'm 2 years out as trans, as Oliver Ashton. It's hard to picture it. On December 12th, 2014, I came out to my parents in a 6-page letter, 6.5, roughly 6, as transgender. Female to male, transgender, transmasculine. I signed the letter Oliver Ashton Crutcher, which I think that's kind of cheeky, but whatever, I did that. Also, Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. I got the tree in the background. I feel bad because, being at least having a little bit of a following, 112 subscribers, I'm so thankful for you guys. I feel like we're expected to make a video about, National Coming Out Day, October 11th. Unfortunate events in our community, such as Orlando, which I'm still wrapping my head around how so much hate could be possible from one human. But I find myself feeling very spaced out, panicked when I make videos about that kind of stuff. Also, I'm kind of conflicted with, October 11th because I feel like that holiday is great. Like, we get so much visibility now that we have a national holiday. However, I feel like those people who are not out yet and don't feel comfortable being out yet, when October 11th comes around, I feel like there's a sense of pressuring that goes on from one person in the LGBT community to somebody else who's not out, and that's a shame, but it happens. And so I remember October 11th coming around 2014, and I was like, I should come out. Like, it's time. Now is time. And then I put it off, and I was just like, I put off coming out. I was ready to come out on October 5th, 2014, which is when I first got my hair cut this short. I did it for my birthday as my birthday present. At the time, I didn't tell my mom what was up. We had just finally agreed on a haircut from actually a photo of a girl who was actually very feminine, and we agreed on it because it was like my hairstyle, curly, and she liked it because it was pixie and like kind of androgynous, and even still to this day, I kind of represent very androgynously even when I try to represent masculine. If I had anything to say to a trans person who's not out yet, or any person from the LGBT community who's not out yet, whenever I think about the fact that it's been 2 years since I've been out, it's so crazy, because in the past 2 years of me being out as trans, there's a lot of stuff I've been going through. That's not what I'm here to talk about in this video for, but just looking back, I'm so glad that I'm here today because, apparently some people like to watch my YouTube videos. I don't know why, because frankly, I think personally that they suck. But that saying, we're always our worst critics. Like, yourself is your worst critic. I think that's the saying. I'm just really thankful that I'm able to see December 12th, 2016, and hopefully, I'm 21. I just really hope that there's many, many more years of my anniversary of me coming out as transgender, coming out as my true self. I'm just so grateful that, maybe not all people understand who I am, but they're trying. And I think that a lot can be said about people who are trying to understand. I went from dealing with a family who, whatever, coming from a Catholic family, it's really awkward being anything other than straight, cisgender, female, or male. So, a lot can be said for parents who are Catholic in the South who are trying to come around and understand. I'm just really grateful for that. And I'm really grateful that I didn't give up. When I think about, all the times I've thought about being depressed, all the times that, I've really just thought about life, and I'm like, what's the point? Like, how many people would miss me if I died? Like, I'm just really glad that I can say, as I'm still alive, as I can say that, I'm still Oliver, and that's not going to change. It's especially not going to change. Guess what, guys? I can go on hormones. Yeah, I'm about to talk about my medical condition, finally, out in the open. I'm sorry that I haven't in the past, but it's weird, it's not weird in a bad way, it's obscure, not many people have heard of it. What I suffer from, or suffered from in infancy, is a medical condition in the brain called hydrocephalus. Basically, the ventricles in my brain, when I was born, they didn't drain correctly, so, and I'll put more links about this below, but my brain's, like, the ventricles in my brain swelled up to the point of where my brain looked really big. And I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, and copyright infringement, but it was almost like looking back at photos of babies who are hydrocephalic. It's kind of like a cone head. You know, that's the best way to explain it to people who are not hydrocephalic. So, with that being said, I had what's called a ventricular peritoneal shunt installed behind my left ear. That's what this is. Oh yeah, trigger warning for anybody who's like weird about implants and yeah. What it basically does is and I'll put more links and videos and links to stuff below in the box. It drains, it's kind of like plumbing. It drains the excess cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, from my brain into my peritoneal cavity, which is the space between all the organs, like stomach, intestines. It doesn't really interfere with any organs because it's like in the cavity. It's a lot of scientific talk, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's what was gonna stop me from going on T, because I talked to somebody who's also in the trans community and they said that maybe it would affect what's called the shunt placement, you know, the placement of the drain, because the drain is right here, which is also another concern that I have when I first cut my hair, is the fact that the tube is exposed to, you can see the tube under my skin. Every time I get a haircut, I have to say to the hairdresser, or yeah, that, you know, there's this thing, it's not easily bothered, blah blah blah, just be careful when you're cutting my hair. Blah, that's a lot to be said. I'm so glad that I'm alive, and I'm so glad that I'm able to go on T. And if I were to say that there's anything that you can get from this video, no matter your circumstances, please don't give up. You are loved by many people. If you're not loved by your parents or your friends, there's tons of groups for LGBT people and for, yeah, everybody. So, you're not alone. And if you ever feel alone, I'm going to put the Trevor Project stuff below too. And we also just recently got a national transgender suicide hotline. So, that just shows that, you know, for the people who are transphobic, for somebody to invest money into a trans hotline, that just shows that we're real, we're not going away. We've always been real. You know, please, please, please don't give up. You're loved, and I will see you guys next time. My name's Oliver, I'm FTM Transgender. I make videos every Wednesday. All my social media links are below. I love you.